The Top 10 Rock Albums of 1980. Number 10, The Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue. Grade B. Not a great album by any means, but it does include one really good single that harkens back to their sound on Some Girls, and their best original blues song. Standout tracks, She's So Cold, Down in the Hole. Number 9, Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier. Grade B+. Unfairly dismissed as simply an early MTV pop group, Adam and the Ants had a unique sound, using two drummers and based on African rhythms. Adam Ant was, of course, the charismatic frontman that seems now like a precursor to Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow. Standout tracks, Ant Music, Kings of the Wild Frontier. Number 8, Heaven and Hell, Heaven and Hell. Grade B+. I, for one, refuse to call a band without Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath, so I'll use the names of this group of four, including Black Sabbath's Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, with Ronnie James Dio on vocals, would use for their tours in the 21st century. This is nowhere near as good as the classic Black Sabbath albums with Ozzy, but I can enjoy listening to it if I think of it as a good early 80s heavy metal album from a band that just happens to include three members of Black Sabbath. Standout tracks, Lady Evil, Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell. Number 7, Van Halen, Women and Children First. Grade B+. This is a really good solid hard rock album from Van Halen, and as always, Eddie Van Halen is incredible, but it lacks the classic singles and overall greatness of their first two albums, especially their debut. Standout tracks, And the Cradle Will Rock, Fools, Take Your Whiskey Home. Number 6, Diamond Head, Lightning to the Nations, Grade A-. This is the album that Metallica and Megadeth got their sound from, and several songs on this album were later actually covered by Metallica. It was a great new wave of British heavy metal album that is just bordering on thrash metal. Standout tracks, Lightning to the Nations, The Prince, Am I Evil, It's Electric, Helpless. Number 5, Queen, The Game. Grade A-. This album includes Queen's greatest song, another good song with a funk rock sound, and a song that was mistakenly thought to be an Elvis Presley cover. Standout tracks, Another One Bites the Dust, Dragon Attack, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Number 4, Motorhead, Ace of Spades, Grade A. This album includes Motorhead's best and most famous song, and is another great album from the band's classic lineup of Lemmy, Fast Eddie Clarke, and Phil Filthy Animal Taylor. Standout tracks, Ace of Spades, Love Me Like a Reptile, We Are the Road Crew, The Chase is Better Than the Catch, The Hammer. Number 3, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. Grade A. Ozzy Osbourne's great debut solo album that pairs the Prince of Darkness with the incredible guitarist Randy Rhoads. This is Ozzy's one solo album that is as good as some of the classic albums he made with Black Sabbath. Standout tracks, Mr. Crowley, Crazy Train, Suicide Solution. Number 2, Judas Priest, British Steel. Grade A+. A slightly simplified sound actually works great on this classic album that would cement the band's status as one of the two greatest bands from the new wave of British heavy metal, along with Iron Maiden, whose debut album just missed this year's top 10. It also solidified Rob Halford as the metal god. Standout tracks, Metal Gods, Breaking the Law, Living After Midnight, Grinder, The Rage. Number 1, AC/DC, Back in Black. Grade A+. Instead of falling apart after the tragic death of lead singer Bon Scott, AC/DC found a new lead singer who was almost as good in Brian Johnson, and made what is arguably their greatest album and definitely one of their 2 or 3 best albums. Standout tracks, Back in Black, Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, You Shook Me All Night Long, Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution.